Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the first semi-final between Rising Stars and Invincibles. Number 3 Group B versus number 4 Group A. The Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2 welcomes you. We start proceedings with the dot ball. Invincibles have won the toss and elected to field. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 and 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗲 opening the batting, and 𝗵𝗺𝗿𝗃 with the ball in hand. Semi-final 1 for the Gold Cup under progress. Invincibles won 2 out of their 5 games. Tight run that. Do manage to finish that without too much trouble. So both teams winning 2 matches in their group stages out of the 5 games that they had played. Very important game this. It's a knockout, obviously. Played straight to cover, no run there. This time, played it beautifully in the gap. Not sure if the ball is going to travel. Some dew early on. Great work there by the fielder. Going to come back for the third. 3 runs completed. Good positive shot from Naresh. {169 | 169} wickets for 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 in 137 games. Economy of 6.5. He is a seasoned veteran bowler. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 with an average of 30. Strike rate 152. 𝗬𝗃𝗃 average 17.5. Strike rate 115. Punches it from the crease. Red deep cover. Keeps it down to single. The end of the first over, the score moves on to 5 without a loss. Second over. Starts off with a wide keeper. Lazy effort there from the wicket keeper, not moving across. The ball racing away. The first boundary of the innings in the form of wides. Was that actually signaled runs by the umpire? Yes, looks like. Run signal by the umpire there. So apologies. The first boundary for 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃. Beautifully hit. Positive, aggressive stroke. Got behind the line of the ball and whipped it through the mid-wicket region. Beautiful shot from beneath. The second boundary of the innings. So Sai Krishna struggling a little bit with the lines there. There's 16 wickets, economy of 9 in 29 games. Not too much experience with the ball. Another aggressive stroke off the outside edge, flying towards gully on the bounce. Just a single for Vineet. Played once again towards the same fielder, but this time manages to beat him. So Naresh gets underway, his first boundary. The Rising Stars moving along at a very good, happy pace now, 18 for none. So Sven went towards the right of the fielder, which he was able to stop, but this time to his left, a little bit too fine. The fielder was not able to get around that. It's inside the line of the play. Tries to glance it towards fine leg, but gets his thigh pad. The end of the second over, 18 for none. Last ball of the second over coming up. Beautifully hit once again. The fielder in the deep will just watch the ball go over the boundary rope. So very good batting from both Naresh and Vineet now, taking the aggressive option and making sure to hit the ball in the empty regions. So both batsmen on 11. The score moves on to 22 for none at the end of 2. Vineet batting on 11 of 7 and Naresh batting on 11 of 5. If you've just joined us, this is the first semi-final for the Gold Cup between Invincibles and Rising Stars. Invincibles winning the toss, opting to field. The first semi-finals of the Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2. Organised by MVL Broadcasting and Production. Title sponsor Be-In Legal, co-sponsor Forest Styles for Loans. Associate sponsors Trellis Dubai and GNB, and 𝗀𝗏𝗏 is our supporting sponsor. We hope that you're enjoying the pictures that are being brought to you live. Excellent team of cameramen covering every inch of the ground. And this is your host and host, Idris, commentating. Start of the third over, punch towards long on and mid-wicket. Once again finds the gap. Another boundary. Player is outside the off stump. Good sharp work there by the keeper. Was short on the leg, had a lot of time, just played it a little bit too early and missed it. I had 4 written all over it, but Vineet just getting a little bit too eager to hit that. Launches into that one. Amit throws his hands up. Not able to hold on to that. Must have hurt his fingers there. It's tough to call that a catching opportunity, but did get his hands to it. That will unfortunately classify as a drop catch for Amit. Never easy taking those on your return. Play towards the empty covers region. Good anticipation there from the fielder in the deep. Keeps it down to a single.
Okay.
Punch that towards covers again. This time will they come back for the second? At least they call. Fielder flips there. Maybe they'll come back for the third. This is going to be tight. Oh, I'm not sure the keeper got the stumps. Superb running between the wickets there. Positive, aggressive cricket. Results in 3 runs. Yeah, the keeper missed the stump, so the batsman had made his ground anyway. So it would not have mattered. 𝗬𝗏 comes into the attack, starts off with a loose one down the legs. And Vineet, the form that he is in, he's not going to let that one pass. Wonderfully hit boundary towards the empty square leg region. See there on the replay, just whipped it. Beautifully hit once again, past the fielder at mid-off. What a shot that is. Vineet dealing in boundary for the moment. Brings up his 5th. He's batting on 27 of just 14. 𝗬𝗏, 2 boundaries of his first 2 balls. Powerfully struck past the bowler. Nobody moved. Change in field now. Long off goes back. Covers comes inside the circle. She's slightly surprised to see that. Hits that powerfully towards covers. Straight to the fielder, just a single. Into the 40s now, 40 of just 3.3 overs. Looking at a big score at the moment. Hit powerfully again, a couple of bounces and rolls along the ground to 𝗀𝗏. The skipper standing at long off keeps that down to a single. Once again, hit to the same fielder, obey that long off. Just a single. Outside half of the bat, but on the bounce to the fielder at short third. It's like the end of the fourth over. 42 for none. Narration 13 of 8, and Vineet absolutely flying, 29 of 16. Weber conceded 11 runs in his first over. So far this has been a very good performance from the Rising Stars. 4 overs into the power play without a wicket, they're going at 10.5 and over. If you had given him that at the toss, they would have taken it with both hands. Looks like it's going to be 𝗵𝗁𝗍𝗵𝗃 to continue. Deep cover and long on the two fielders with the deep for him during the power play. Remember, the power play only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. The first 6 overs constitute the batting power play. Launches into that. The fielder in the deep tries hard. Once again, can't stop that. Another beautiful boundary. Cut this time off the back foot. Straight to the fielder at point, no run there. Very few dot balls that we've seen in this innings from Vineet. Beautifully struck between the 2 fielders at mid-wicket and long on. The ball is racing away over the boundary. 4 more runs and the 50 comes up with that boundary. Vineet on 37 and narration 13. The only one good news for Invincibles is that they've not conceded an extra so far. They've conceded just too many off the bat. Partnership 50 of just 27 balls. Launches into that again, once again, but straight to the fielder that time at long on. Umpire wants to take a look. Have to wait for the replay to confirm. The replay is confirming that there was a fair delivery. Ball was on its way down. The batsman also playing that slightly bent on his knees, so fair delivery. Launches into that, but there's a fielder in the deep at cover. Keeps it down to a single. Launched into that again, the ball is sailing over and Ubaid can just watch that. What a shot that is, the first 6 of the day from Vineet. Phenomenal batting from him, takes him to 44, just 1 hit away from his own half century. And 𝗵𝗁𝗍𝗵𝗃's day continues to get worse. He's conceded 30 runs now of 3 overs. 58 for none at the end of 5. Phenomenal start there for Rising Stars. Almost 12 runs and over. Anand comes into the attack, 659 wickets in 561 matches. So that's tons of experience and almost a wicket and 1.25 wickets per game. Phenomenal numbers from Anand. Starts off with a good tight one outside the off stump. Ashwin drives it to covers. No run there. Outside half of the bat, just enough to take that past the fielder at short third man. Ball races away towards the boundary again. What a start this is becoming for Rising Stars. 62 now, just 5.2 overs, almost going at 12 runs and over. Those of you who are watching us online, we welcome you again to the telecast of the first semi-final, the Gold Cup between Invincibles and Rising Stars. Invincibles winning the toss, opting to field. They would not have hoped for this score when they won the toss and chose to field. But Rising Stars have been exceptional so far with the bat. Almost chanceless. 62 for none in just 5.2. Struck towards the fielder at cover point and a single. Well left outside the off stump. It's very few times that we've seen that today, if not the first time. Towards mid wicket, another single. Playing a miss outside the off stump. The end of the sixth over, the power play comes to an end. Rising Stars 64 for none. Absolutely racing along. A good over that. Just went for 6 of his first over, Anand. Invincibles will take that with both hands if they can just stitch a few tight overs together. They don't concede more than 5-6 runs and over. I think they'll be very happy. On the other hand, Rising Stars just want to continue with this partnership. Vineet Kumar 45 of 23, Naresh 19 of 13, both batsmen going great guns. 68 for none, 6.2 overs. It's good batting from both Vineet and Naresh. Vineet now on 49, just a single away from his half century. 𝗵𝗃𝗃 back into the attack. Launches into that, in the gap between long on and long off, hit with perfection that. 50 up for Vineet with that stroke. 50 of the most scintillating strokes that you've seen. 53 of just 26 balls, going at over 200, raises his bat to his team to acknowledge the warm applause. Down the legs, hits him on the pads, so they run through for a leg by. Maybe two. No, they're happy with a single. In the end, the fielder lets that one go through his hands. Works so hard for a chance, and then once you get it, unfortunately the fielder at cover not able to hold on to that catch. At the point, let's take a look at the replay. In his arms and out. Simple catch that. I was not travelling at a fast pace. Those are the kind of things that happen in the game of cricket when things are not going your way. The first wide of the innings, the first one that 𝗵𝗃𝗃 bowls too far away from the batter. Umpire calls that a wide. Lucky break there for Naresh. Another one that's too far away, another one that's called wide. So Invincibles reeling under pressure. 77 for none. Last ball of the 7th over still coming up, going at well over 11 runs and over. Another wide. Punched straight to the fielder at cover, but who's standing too far deep. Easy single. 78 for none at the end of 79 for none at the end of 7. Things coming on. The batsman getting a quick drink. Early on, it's cold. It's still the sun shining now. Batsman enjoying a little bit of a drink. Punch towards covers, once again a single. Anand bowling his second over, went for just 6 runs in his first. Single towards long on. Once again, just beaten outside the off stump. Punch is that. Come back for the second, yes they do. Phenomenal running between the wickets, 2 runs. It's a referral from the umpire. Fair delivery, confirmed by the third umpire. Well bowled. On a length, just around off stump, forcing Naresh to defend. Tried to launch into that. Good wicket keeping that time. The end of the 8th over, 83 for none. So Anand has come in, bowled 2 tied overs, first one for 6, second for 4. The only one who's kept a lid on the scoring rate. 86 for none, 8.3 overs. Naresh 26 of 21, Vineet 56 of 30. 𝗀𝗡𝗏 come into the attack. He's gone for 3 runs of the first 3. That one has been swept towards square leg. They come back for 2 runs. Punch to cover, another single. The umpire confirming to decide that that over had come to an end. So new over begins. Punch that towards cover for a single. Anand into the attack again. He's gone for 10 of his 2 overs so far. Launches into that towards long on. Fielder in the deep does well. Keeps it down to a single. Play a miss outside the off stump. Good from the wicketkeeper again. He's been sharp today. Beautifully played on the up. Hit it in the gap between point and gully. The ball's racing away and it's for 4. So Naresh Kumar gets a boundary after a while. Moves on to 34. Rising Stars move on to 95. Just drifting away in terms of line on that occasion. Anand was bowled at a good length, but just too much room for the batter there. Launches into that again, going towards long on. Long on, mid-wicket converged, the ball beats them. The umpire just checking if the ball has carried. The fielder signals for boundary. Rising Stars move to 99. Outside of the bat, runs towards the fielder at third man. Just another single. Ten overs gone, 100 up for Rising Stars. Vineet 57 of 31, Naresh 39 of 29. Welcome back. The second half of the first innings. Rising Stars, we're very happy. After having been inserted into bat, they've yet to lose a wicket. They've got 100 runs on the board, two batsmen looking in very good form. Vineet 57 of 31, Naresh 39 of 29, both batsmen batting at a very good strike rate. Ubaid comes back to bowl his second over now. Went for 6 of his first over. Starts off with a foolish ball. It's the inside half of the bat, just a single to square leg. Wide called by the umpire. Launches into that. He got the gap. Looks like he has another boundary. Wide of the fielder at long off. Launches into that one again, this time towards long on. It's on the bounce. And keeps it down to a single. Punched straight to the fielder at cover. Declined the single there. 2 minds. Advances. Finds the gap this time. Just a single to long off. Punched off the front foot, towards long off, another single. So good over that for Rising Stars, 9 runs coming off it. The end of the 11th, 109 for none. For everybody watching us online, we welcome you again to the semi-final one, the Gold Cup between Rising Stars and Invincibles. Invincibles winning the toss, opting to field. Would have hoped for a better scorecard at the moment. And that's the game of cricket. You win the toss, you only get to take one decision, but what happens on the field depends on how you execute. They've been a little too short, a little too wide today a few times. Really, we've got to give credit to the Rising Stars batters. They've taken toll of anything loose. Vineet has been exceptional. The Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2, organized by MVL Broadcasting and Production. If you enjoy the pictures, if you enjoy the coverage, do give us a like, mention on Crick Heroes. If Idris, your commentator. Dot ball outside the off stump. 𝗙𝗂 into the attack. 37 wickets in 53 games for him. Economy of 8.78. Played back to the bowler. Powerfully hit. Looks like it got the umpire on its way. Yes. At least the reaction suggests that. Not sure if that costed the batsman any runs. Take a look at that on the replay. Hit powerfully. Yes, gets the umpire for sure. 2 straight on that occasion. And that time, room on the offside. Naresh Kumar has completed 1,500 runs with that shot. Moves to 45. Personal milestone for Naresh Kumar. Width on offer. Through the line of the ball. Another one, this time towards the right of the same fielder. And happy with the single. Cut towards the same fielder in the deep. Another single. End of over number 12, 116 for none. Good over that for Invincibles. Just 7 runs coming off that. They'll take anything under 10 runs at the moment. 116 for none, 12 overs. Launches into that, adjust a single to long off. Advances, good bowling there, made the batsman come to him, changed the pace of attack, the batsman had to adjust. Just a single to long on. Once again, beautifully punched towards the fielder in the deep at cover, just a single. So it's good steady batting by both of these players now. Vineet 67 of 40, Naresh 47 of 35. Just playing to the merit of the ball, not doing anything rash. Takes a lot of temperament and composure to keep your cool. Moves away from the line of the stump on that occasion, gets an inside edge toward fine leg. The keeper chases after it. Wonderful throw that. The umpire says that's safe. Great to watch that running between the wickets from both of those batters. They've been batting there for a while. Partnership over 76 balls now for 121. The same commitment, the same passion. Look at that desperation dive. Wonderful to see. So Naresh, 49, 1 run away from what will be a remarkable half century from him. Advances, outside half of the bat, beats the fielder at point. Ball races to the boundary. Phenomenal half century there for Naresh. He raises his bat in acknowledgement of the warm applause that he gets from the dressing room. 125 for none. Nine runs now of this over so far. Towards square leg. Just a single. The end of the 13th, 126 for none. Phenomenal batting from Rising Stars. Almost going at 10 runs and over, 9.7. Vineet, 67 of 40. Naresh, 54 of 38. Really not a lot to talk about as far as the bowling is concerned. If you're just joining us, we welcome you again to the semi-final one between Rising Stars and Invincibles, the semi-final one for the Gold Cup, the Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2, brought to you by MVL Broadcasting and Production. A title sponsor for the event, Be In Legal. 4F Dial for Loans is our co-sponsor. Credits Dubai GNB associate sponsors, and a supporting sponsor is 𝗨𝗏. I'm Idris on behalf of Team MVL, welcoming you to the ground to watch this live action. The 14th over about to get underway now. Not where he intended that to go, but he'll be happy with the single anyway. Advances, it got something on it, so I'm not sure, pad or bat. The wicketkeeper did manage to get a glove. Phenomenal running again. Was there two of the bat? Powerfully hit towards long on, just a single. In fact, there is going to be an overthrow there. The bowler, being 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗃, concedes the second run. 𝗙𝗂𝗹𝗵 bowled a good first over. Played towards fine leg, another single. In the air, going deep towards long on. Fielder settling under that, takes the catch. Finally, there is a breakthrough. Naresh Kumar hold out at long on. 𝗙𝗂𝗹 picks up the first wicket. And Rising Stars lose their first star. Naresh, after having got into his 50, tried to up the ante, the scoring rate. Unfortunately for him, was caught in the deep by 𝗵𝗆𝗃𝗄𝗃 of the bowling of 𝗙𝗂𝗹. But a very good knock for his team comes to an end. 55 of just 40 balls, strike rate of 138. A good innings from Naresh comes to an end. Looks like it's going to be Aditya, the new batsman who walks out in the middle for Rising Stars. Good knock, that's very well celebrated by his team. They congratulate him with warm applause. 14 overs gone, 134 for 1. Beautifully glided off his pads. They come back for the second? No. Aditya says no. Aditya, prolific run getter for Rising Stars, 640 matches, 16,400 runs, average of 35, strike rate of 121. Those are just phenomenal numbers. So much of experience with him, Aditya. Wide call by the umpire. Inside half of the bat. No man's land between cover point and the bowler. Run through for a single. Tried to guide it on its way past the wicket keeper, but no bat on that. Umpire calls that wide. And moves across, hits that straight past back the bowler, just a single to long on. So Aditya's intentions are clear. He's trying to go big since ball 1, which makes sense. They've lost only 1 wicket. They have only 6 overs left in this game. In fact, just about 5 overs left, 32 balls to be specific. Vineet launches into that once again, same fielder at long on, but on the bounce. Luckily for him, he didn't hit that too well, Vineet. Powerfully hit. Fielder in the deep at cover, keeps it down to a single. The end of over number 15, the score has moved on to 142 for 1. Current run rate just tad under 9.5 runs an over. Rising Stars, remember they were at 100 at the end of the 10th over, so they've scored 42 runs in the next 5. It's difficult to keep that kind of run rate maintained throughout the innings. If the ball gets older, takes more effort to hit. But they'll be happy with that. Umpires confer, take a look at the ball. In the meantime, if you're just joining us, welcome you again to the first semi-final of the Gold Cup between Rising Stars and Invincibles, the Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2, brought to you by MVL Broadcasting and Production. Title sponsor being legal, co-sponsor 4F Style for Loans, 𝗙𝗏 Dubai and GNB are associate sponsors, and 𝘊𝗨 the supporting sponsor. This is Idris on behalf of Team MVL, welcoming you to the action. If you're enjoying the pictures, do give us a mention. Support us on Crick Heroes, leave us a review, comment on YouTube. Driven powerfully by Aditya. Fielder in the deep, keeps it down to a single again.
Anna, what do you pay? 6579.
4-6. Launches into that. Once again, inside half of the bat, just a single towards deep long on. Off his pads, played that towards fine leg. The fielder runs around, keeps it down to a single. Vineet not happy with Aditya there. He was hoping that he comes back for a second. Good fielding from the fielder in the deep. '78 of just 48 for Vineet. Great fitness shown from him today. He's been running like he's run on ball one, hit that towards mid wicket that time. Fielder adjusts, keeps it down to a single. Wide down the leg side that time. And a few extras creep in the second half of this game. Remember, first 7 overs, there were no extras bowled whatsoever. Taken on the full, driven towards cover, just a single again. Aditya batting well, 5 of 5, 6 of 6 rather. But his team will be hoping that he can get them a boundary or two. Because what this means is pressure on Vineet to score all the runs, to do all the hitting. It's gone into the 80s now, 80 of 50 for Vineet, 6 of 6 for Aditya, end of over number 16, 149 for 1. In the air, fielder at cover, coming towards that. Can't hold on. They come back for the second. Aditya says no again. .150 up. The applause you can hear on the ground is for that 150 score from the Rising Stars. Improvisation from Aditya. Not sure if he got bat on that, but he will get runs for sure. 4 of them. Wait for the umpire's signal. He confirms that that's off the bat. For 4 runs to Aditya there. Taking a risk. Well qualified risk considering the state of the game. Walked across his stumps, just got some bat on it, enough to beat the keeper, and 4 all the way. Is that towards long on, fielder racing, managed to stop that with his boot. 2 runs taken. It's amazing. Vineet has batted there for 51 balls. In fact, if you look at the entire innings, 99 balls, but he still looks fresh. I think he was just out there. Wide down the leg side. Nothing the keeper can do about that. Standing up to the stumps. Too far away from him. Wide call by the umpire. So 5 bonus runs there for Rising Stars. 161 for 1 now. Courtesy that boundary. And 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗲 having to pay a heavy price. Another wide down the leg side. This is tough on the wicketkeeper as well, standing up to the stumps. Maybe he'll do better off to go back and stand behind. Making a slight change to the field now. Square leg moves towards fine leg, so the entire square leg region is now empty. Hit straight to that fielder, exactly in that position. Oh, that time the wicketkeeper fails to collect, but luckily no harm done. Another one that's on the leg side. This time he got some bat on it. That's what you call an educated edge. The ball running away and goes all the way over the boundary rope. So Aditya, after being disappointed that he missed out on the last one, got enough bat on this one to take it beyond the boundary. He moves on to 16 of 10 now. This is really poor bowling from 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗲. It's just messed up his line completely. It's too far down the leg, and all Aditya needs to do, or all any good batter needs to do, is just find the bat. He's been able to do that. So much better ball outside the off stump, driven past the bowler towards long off for a single. The end of the 17th over, 167 for 1. In fact, a boundary. Oh, what has happened there? Fielder at long off, complete lapse in concentration. Let's take a look at the replay if we can find what happened. Because that went straight to his hands. I think it's just a little bit too eager. Yeah, just going right through his hands, between his feet. Schoolboy stuff. Oh, that's extremely disappointing if you're an incredible fielder, an invincible fielder rather. 170 for 1, 17 overs gone, exactly 10 runs per over on the board. Aditya being helped with a few lucky boundaries that over. But he will not mind as long as he's getting the runs. Aditya batting on 20 of 11, Vineet on 81 of 51. Vineet has been away from the strike for quite a while. Single towards long on. And towards deep cover, just another single. Wide call by the umpire. Wide again. Another wide. Really struggling now. 𝘊𝗟, the new bowler, into the attack. He's been the only bowler to pick up a wicket today. Beautifully hidden. With the fielder at point, gets around, keeps it down to a single. Once again, gets across. I think he got some bat on that. Aditya. Ball is racing away towards the fine leg boundary. And it makes it another 4. The 4-run signal off the bat. We'll take a look at the replay just to confirm. Improvisation again, just the inside of the bat. Just millimeters away from the leg stump there. But that's the risk that you're taking when you're playing that stroke, and Aditya taking that risk quite well today. He's executed that shot now 2 or 3 times. Launches into that, going deep towards long on and mid-wicket. The fielder at long on settles under that. Second catch, same bowler, same fielder. The same result. Aditya loses his wicket trying to up the ante. I don't think he'll be too unhappy with that. He's done a job for his team. 25 runs of just 14 balls for Aditya. Did take the risks. Considering the state of the game, that's exactly what his team would have wanted. Praveen Kumar, the new batter, out in the middle, average 24, strike rate 143. 3,500 runs almost. So he's the right man to have at this point in time. 180 for 2. Last ball of the 18th over coming up. Rain takes guard. Looks like he's batting on leg stump. Yep, leg stump for sure. Good, comfortable catch taken on the boundary. Starts off with a wide, outside the off stump. Wicketkeeper not happy. Maybe disappointed than anything else. take a look at that replay again. Just a deep enough crease, hit it long way in the sky, straight to the fielder. The end of the over. 18 overs completed, 181 for 2. Praveen trying to hit that one hard, but no connection. I think he'll do well to get Vineet on strike as much as he can. Vineet batting on 83 of 53. He's had very little strike in the last 3 or 4 overs, Vineet. Barely batted 4 or 5 balls, I think, in the last 18 or 20 balls. It'd be a shame if he bats through this innings and doesn't get to a landmark score of 100. Advances, hits that straight in the deep towards long off, just a single. Just beaten outside the off stump. Once again in the block hole. Wonderful bowling this. Praveen really struggling out there. 3 balls now for naught. Vineet just looking at the other end. 54 balls for 84 runs. This time they do get a single to a square leg. Vineet advances, hits that straight to long off though, just a single. Praveen losing his bat. That will make a funny replay. Let's see what happened there. That's straight to long off. No, this is the previous ball, I think. Yep, there goes the bat. All the way for 6. What a shot that is by Praveen. Long time coming, but better late than never, as they say. 190 on the board now. 19 overs completed. Vineet on strike to face the last over. Can he get 15 runs this over off his own bat, Vineet? We'll wait and watch. Even if it doesn't take away anything from this fabulous innings from him. There will be a disappointment if he doesn't get to 100 after having played so well. It's really been a chanceless innings. It's not like, there are days when you give opportunities to the fielding side. You have a few lucky breaks, but really Vineet has played a flawless inning so far. Barely ever recall a leg before appeal as well against him throughout the course of this innings. Shiva to bowl the last over. Vineet launches into that. Straight to long off. I think he'll be happy with a single there. So the century doesn't look probable at the moment. So we'll see. Praveen back on strike for the moment. Hit in the deep towards mid wicket. They're asking for 2. Vineet says no. A fabulous innings there from Vineet comes to an end. Great bowling that from Shiva. You miss, I hit. And Praneeth goes for a very, very well made 86 of 57 balls. Phenomenal batting, very well applauded by his team. Strike rate of 151. Really did not get too much strike in the last 3 or 4 overs, but he made the most of what he had. Huge role from Vineet in taking the score to 192. Now, the last 3 balls of the innings. How many more can Vishnu and Praveen get together? Vishnu. Dot ball. Just 2 left now. Fabulous last over. There's just 2 runs for 4 balls and a wicket. Inside of the bat. Will they come back for the second? I think they have to. Yes, couple of runs. Well done from the bowler there to back up. 194. Just the last ball of the innings left now. Playing a miss outside the off stump. An anti-climax, the way that innings comes to an end. 194 for 3 for the Rising Stars have managed to put on. That's a very, very good score. Invincibles, well, they had the toss. It was their decision to put the Rising Stars into bat. I'm not sure what they'll be feeling at the moment. 195 to chase. We'll find out when they come back in about 10 minutes time whether or not they have the ammunition to get those runs or not. In the meantime, let's celebrate that fabulous innings from Vineet. 86 runs for 57 balls, very well supported by Naresh, 55 of 40. 100-run partnership from them to start off the innings. Remember the score of 110 overs. They've done really well, Rising Stars, to keep the momentum going throughout the 20 overs and got the score to a very, very competitive 194. I dare say that that's a match-winning score. But we've seen funny things happen in cricket before. When Invincibles come out, we'll have to wait and watch how many are they able to get. Fabulous performance from Rising Stars so far. If you're watching us live, we hope that you've enjoyed the telecast brought to you by MVL Broadcasting and Productions. So this is Race on behalf of Team MVL, taking you to a break. We'll join you with the action in 10 minutes' time. Welcome back to the start of the second innings between Invincibles and Rising Stars. Rising Stars have a score on the board 194. Invincibles chasing 195 to win. 𝗂𝗏𝗃, their captain, and Sriram opening the batting innings, and Hussain with the ball in hand. Appeal for leg before. Umpire not interested. 𝗂𝗏𝗃 would have his heart in his mouth. 2,930 runs for 𝗂𝗏𝗃 in 145 matches. Average 25.5, strike rate 122. Very good numbers. Sriram, 131 matches, 3,199 runs for him. 29 his average and 128 his strike rate. Hussain, 319 wickets in 296 matches. Economy of 7. Down the leg side, umpire calls that a wide. Driven off the front foot, straight to the fielder at cover. Dot ball. Beautifully hit. Picks the gap with perfection on the offside. 4 runs. Great way to start your innings. Off the front foot. Full flooded drive. Fielders can just watch that and collect the ball. Punch this time. Once again, past the fielder, cover in mid-off. Wonderfully picked gap by 𝗂𝗏𝗃. His second boundary. Another one that's driven, but straight to cover. No run on offer. The end of the first over, 9 for none. Beautifully driven, but more style than substance. Straight to the fielder at mid-off. Outside the off stump, umpire calls that a wide. Hit powerfully, beats the fielder at point. The fielder at the deep will simply collect the ball. "12 of 8 now for Ubaid. Into double figures, 3 boundaries. It's the only way that he likes to score his runs, Ubaid, via boundaries. In the air, there was a catching opportunity in the deep. The fielder made a meal of that. 4 runs conceded as well to add insult to injury. Let's take a look at the replay. Drive it off the front foot. Carried all the way, the fielder misjudged that. Ran in too far forward. The ball bouncing on its way to the boundary rope. So the first opportunity goes begging, and Ubaid on 16 now. All right, so you can take singles too. Driven again, straight to cover. Two overs gone, 19 for none. Everybody watching us online, we welcome you to the telecast of the first semi-final of the Gold Cup between Invincibles and the Rising Stars. 194 on the board. Invincibles needing 195 to win. They've started well, 19 for none at the end of 2 overs. The Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2 brought to you by MBL Broadcasting and Production. What a shot that is from Ubaid. Just watch and admire. Brilliantly hit off the front foot, picks the gap with perfection between cover and point. It's the most gorgeous boundaries of the day. Advances of the front foot, back to mid-off. What a shot! What a shot! Just one bounce over the square leg boundary. Beautifully hit by Ubaid. Not intending to hit that too hard, just guided the ball on its way. It was a poor ball, no doubt.
but he made the most of that. Imperious stroke. Takes him to 25 now with just 13 balls. Matching the great opening innings that we saw from Vineet in the first innings. That powerfully straight to cover. Beautifully played once again over the fielder at mid-off, all the way for 6. What a shot that is from Ubaid. He's completed 3,000 runs in his career. What a fantastic achievement that is from Ubaid. Man with a lot of trophies. He deserves every one of them if he continues to bat like that. What a shot that is. Held the post for the cameras there. A lot of 𝗙𝗪𝗏 Khan in that stroke from Ubaid. Driven again, once again finds the gap. This is phenomenal stuff. What an innings we are witnessing. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal stroke. 35 of just 16 now. Score moves on to 38 for none at the end of 3 overs. Ubaid is playing it like a dream. Everybody watching us online, we welcome you again to the phenomenal telecast. Gold Cup between Rising Stars and Invincibles. Invincibles requiring 157 of 102 balls. The Chartered Accountants Premier League Season 2 brought to you by MVL Broadcasting and Productions. Title sponsor Be In Legal. Co-sponsor 𝗬𝗏 for Loans. Trellis Dubai and GNB are associate sponsors. And 𝗀𝗏𝗘, a supporting sponsor. This is Idris on behalf of Team MVL, commentating for you. Hoping that you're enjoying the pictures. If you are, do give us a like on Crick Heroes. Give us a shout out. A comment on YouTube will help as well. Aditya, the new bowler, into the attack. 𝗃763 wickets in 643 matches for Aditya. Phenomenal stats those. So much experience. Dot ball to start proceedings. And he's bowled him! On a length, hit the middle stump there. And Sriram not able to get anything on that. Bowled one of 4 balls. The first big strike for the Rising Stars. 38 for 1 now, Invincibles. Hangs his head down in disappointment as he walks off. You can see there, just too late on that ball. Quicker one, zip through from Aditya. Left arm over the wicket, landed it on a length. got the ball to hit the middle of middle stump. Vishal, the new batsman, walking out. 2280, 2280 run for Vishal. Average 18, strike rate 108. Down the leg side, called wide. Vishal must be having butterflies in his stomach at the moment. Played towards mid-wicket. What a good shot. The fielder in the deep there. Well positioned. Just a single. But that's pretty much 𝗙𝗃𝗲's line of attack. He keeps it straight. Tries and target the middle stump. Asks the batsman to keep playing against the line. Invites them to play the big strokes. Simple philosophy. You miss, I hit. Top edge. But no fielder there. 𝗪𝗏𝗏 gets away with a single towards long on. 36 for 17 for 𝗏𝗏. What a knock from him so far. We can keep up this momentum somehow for the next 12 overs, I think. 10 to 12 overs. He would have placed his team in a very good position. Hit powerfully once again in the deep towards long on. Just a single. End of 4 overs, 42 for 1. On the bounce towards long off, mid off rather. No run. 𝗏𝗏 walking up to Vishal. Giving him a fifth bump. Down the pads, top edge, the bowler collects the catch. 𝗵𝗆𝗃𝗃 into the attack, picks up his first wicket. Vishal is gone. The second wicket of the day. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗲, the new batsman walking in. 1900 runs, 22 average, 134 strike rate. So Bhaskar has come in, picked up a wicket. In the air, almost a catching opportunity there for the fielder at cover. 44 for 2 at the end of the power play. 6 overs gone. 𝗬𝗏 have been off strike for a while. 36 of 18. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗲 is coming to bat. 2 runs of 8 balls. We saw Vineet in the first innings not get a lot of strike towards the end of the innings. 𝗬𝗏 has been off strike for the last 2 overs. Wide call by the umpire. Played off the front foot, straight to cover, just a single. Powerfully hit. Fielder puts in a despairing dive, but to no avail. That's why they need 𝗬𝗏 on strike. Brings up the 50 with that knock. That beautiful shot. 50 for 2 of 6.2 overs. 𝗬𝗏, they've got 40 of those. Weird, that was a slow ball, almost fullish length. 𝗬𝗏 played a little bit too early there. Another one that's down the leg. Batsman doesn't connect, umpire calls it a wide. Been a few of those this innings. Off his pad, straight to square leg. Amit runs across, completes the single. Beautifully played. What a shot that is. Just a single towards square leg though. Excellent batting from Amit that time. He's playing to the merit of the ball, easing himself through that stroke on the onside. Just a single. 𝗬𝗏 plays that in the empty cover region. Single on offer. Played off his pad towards mid wicket, just a single. Another one that's outside the leg stump, and another one that 𝗀𝗏 helps beyond the boundary rope. Very good batting this from 𝗀𝗏, making sure that every loose ball is put away. No. The top edge from Amit. It's taken safely by the wicketkeeper. A collision on the field between the bowler and the keeper. But in the end, they managed to hold on to that catch. Tough opportunity that, but taken nevertheless. And Amit Chopre never really got going. 12 balls for his 5 runs. A few mistimed strokes on the offside, that time getting a top edge. The keeper doing really well to get to that. He's collapsed on the pitch. Let's hope that it's just in celebration and not in desperation. Yep, he looks okay. New batsman walking out is Vaibhav. Average 15, strike rate 103. Wicketkeeper looks okay. Beautifully bowled that. Phenomenal bowling from Bhaskar to 𝗀𝗏. Well set 𝗀𝗏, beaten completely. The ball whizzing across him. Tried to turn that on the leg side. No hope. Once again, advances, hits that towards mid-wicket, just a single. 𝗀𝗏 moves to 49. 3 wickets down already now. Incredibles, rising stars will be very happy with their effort so far. And Invincibles just 62 for 3, 8.2 overs, need 133 runs in 70 balls. Another top edge. Landing in no man's land. Lucky there. 𝗬𝗶𝗃𝗲 gets away with that. And he's bowled him. Off stump out of the ground. 𝗬𝗶𝗃 comes, 𝗬𝗶𝗃 goes. 𝗬𝗏 is wondering what does he need to do to get some support in the middle. Really, every batsman who's come out there for Invincibles haven't looked comfortable at all. Number 4 goes down. Let's take a look at the replay. 𝗬𝗶𝗃 dismissed for a duck. Just rushed in. Had no answer to that. Neither forward nor back. Tried to play it from the crease, just hopping on. Losing the line. So straightforward ball. Disappointing day for 𝗬𝗶𝗃 comes to an end. Gets the gap on the offside there. Arun Rajput, the new batsman who comes out, starts his innings with a boundary. 1,000 runs for him, 14 as average, 92 strike rate. Does well to get the gap on the offside. 66 for 4. Arun, fresh feet, asking 𝗬𝗏 to come back for the second. 𝗬𝗏 saying no. 9 overs gone, 67 for 4. Full outside off, driven towards deep cover. Once again, 𝗬𝗏 not interested in the second run. Happy with a single. On the onside. Just a single. 50 up for 𝗬𝗏. 50 of just 28 balls. Raises his bat, looks a little disappointed, dejected, because he knows that he's not had enough support from the other end. 50 of 28, still the score just 69 for 4 in 9.3. Run rate of just 7.2 runs. Inside edge, wicketkeeper almost celebrating too early. Ball going in the gap for a couple of runs before it stops. Defended back to the bowler, well bowled. Harish with the ball in hand, has picked up 1 wicket already. It's 11 runs off 11 balls so far. It's that, going between mid-wicket and long on. Fancy footwork there, but in the end, I think that's just hit the boundary rope. Unfortunate result there for the fielder. Tried real hard, got his foot down, but unfortunately just knocked that ball over the boundary rope. For 4 runs for Arun, move on to 12 of 7. Obed batting on 50 of 28. This partnership is just starting to grow. 13 runs off 8 balls. Harish 2 overs 15 for 1. Bhaskar 3 overs 17 for 2. .73 for 4, halfway into the innings. 3/4 of the match completed. Invincibles need 120, 12 runs and over, the next 10 to win this game. Rising Stars will feel confident at the moment. 75 for 4. They managed to get 4 wickets already. Obed, the lone warrior so far for the Invincibles, shining bright, fighting tight. 50 of 28. How many more can he get? Really, if they need to have any chance of winning this game, Obed needs to take them deep. Needs to take them beyond the 160, 170 mark. Sridhar into the attack. Sridhar ready. Length ball outside the off stump. Ubaidullah beaten. Another one wave beaten outside the off stump. Umpire says that's good. Hit powerfully, going in the deep towards long on. Fielder does really well, keeps it to a single. Now, in fact, they come back for the second. It's very good running from Arun. Helped it on its way over the fielder at the empty fine leg region. The ball bounces and goes beyond the boundary rope. Very good strong shot that from 𝗀𝗏 again. On his knees. Just paddles that. Maybe it went a little bit more finer than he anticipated, but umpire wants to take a look at how far that ball has carried. It's definitely bounced inside the rope. Play in a miss. Tried to play that across the line again. That's a loose ball. Lucky, very lucky to get away with that, Sridhar. Any bat on that may have meant 4 runs. Driven by 𝗀𝗏, straight to the fielder at deep cover, just a single. Not a very good throw that from Vineet. In the block hole, hit towards mid-wicket, coming back for the second run. In fact, they finish it with ease. Very good running again from Amit. 𝗀𝗏 making the call. He was not running to the danger end. Bhaskar into his 4th over, picked up 2 wickets today. He's bowled really well. Hitting the ball to spin away. Top edge. Fielder at long on, takes a wonderful catch. And ends 𝗀𝗏's vigilant innings. What a good catch that is. Lot of hang time there. Went a long way up in the air. The fielder kept charging in, managed to keep his composure and give Bhaskar his 3rd wicket. 4th the key over this. Slightly disappointed there from 𝗀𝗏. He should have recognized that this was the last over for Bhaskar. He decided that he wanted to go hard and lost his wicket in the process. So wonderful knock from 𝗀𝗏 comes to an end. 59 runs of 37 balls for him. And Bhaskar's wonderful day with the ball continues. 3 wickets. Anand, the new batsman, walking out. 3,400 runs for him. Average of 15, strike rate 102. Lot of experience behind him. 560 matches. Defended to the bowler. Defended to cover, just a single. The end of the 12th, 86 for 5. Dot ball to start the 13th. Sridhar ready into the attack again. Hit to point, no run on offer. Covers, will come back for the second. Now the non-striker says no. '87 on the board now. The unlucky Australian score, 87. Outside the off stump, too far away. Umpire calls that a wide. And he's bowled him. Slow one. May have got an inside edge on that. But the ball never arrived. The shot went through. And Arun Rajput out bowled. Sai Shiva, the new batsman, walking out. Average of 10, strike rate 97. Let's take another look at it front on. Nope, no bat on that. Just played the shot too early. Let's watch the replay again just to see how far away from the ball he was. The shot was through, the ball is still going through. And that's the right angle to view this. Look at that. New batsman is out there. Straight to cover, dot ball. That towards long on. 4 runs. 92 for 6 at the end of 13. Just a tad over 7 runs and over the current run rate. Shiva stuffs come out there, hit his first boundary 4 for 2. Anand played 6 balls for his 2 runs. Sridhar Reddy picking up a wicket in that over, his first 2 overs 14 for 1. And Bhaskar has completed his spell from the other end, 4 overs 20 for 3. If you're just joining us, Invincibles require 103 runs in the next 7 overs to win this game. That's quite an ask. Rising Stars scored 194 of their first 20 overs. Very good batting innings from them. And with the ball in hand, Bhaskar has been the star of the show for them. As far as batting is concerned, Invincibles, very good hand from their captain, 𝗀𝗏𝗃, scored 50. Brisky knock, but really he struggled to get any kind of support from the other batters today. And that's why Invincibles find themselves at 92 for 6 at the end of 13. Back with live action. Defended back to the bowler by Anand. Advances, tries to hit that. Very little bat on that. Outside half of the bat. Fielder at third man, keeps it to a single. Short ball, hit towards mid wicket. Ball's racing very quickly, the fielder can't get to that. So 96 on the board now. Good boundary for Anand. Whipped towards deep mid wicket for his first boundary of the day. Missailed there and sees the single. Like that boundary came off Shiva's bat, not Anand. Slight delay in the scoring here. Full ball that's defended. The end of the 14th over, 98 for 6.